Hello, this is DanielPlays. My name is Daniel and welcome to yet another Minecraft video in which I'm going to show you a couple of shader packs that should run on any low-end PC, any old potato that you still got lying around. Don't believe me? Just watch this video all the way to the end and just check out the links down below in the description if you want to give one of these shaders that I'm about to show you a try yourself. The first shader on the list is Sildur's Basic Shaders. So Sildur's Basic Shaders add a couple of really cool effects, very minimal. Like I said, it's called Basic Shaders for a reason. But if you take a close look at the water right there, you can see that it's slightly wavy. The same goes for the leaves and grass and all kinds of things like that. As you can see, it feels more lively with everything waving. And there is an entity shadow below my character. So there is something of a shadow, something of additional realism. But that also makes it so that you can run this shader on pretty much any PC. Next up is T shaders, which are very basic and run incredibly well on low-end PCs. So these are T shaders, and like I keep telling you guys, and I've been telling you guys for years now, this is Beyond Believe Vanilla Reborn. If you've ever heard of that shader pack, well, that is pretty much just this shader pack. Anyways, just like Sildur's Basic Shaders, this shader features waving water, waving plants, waving leaves, so that's really cool. Like I said with Sildur's Basic Shaders as well, it just brings your world to life, and I really like that. Now, this is also a beautiful map that I downloaded just to show you guys these shaders. Also, there's going to be new builds of version 2.0 of this shader pack released soon, where there will be more sliders, more toggles, more things that you can disable and enable, so that'll make it much easier to gain even more FPS with the shader pack and customize it to your liking. Next up are Stracciatella Shaders, which are actually kind of like a flavor of ice cream. If I remember probably, is actually one of my favorite flavors of ice cream, but apparently it's not only just ice cream, it's also a shader that runs really well on low-end PCs. So Stracciatella Shaders is another creation by Dr. Destin. It includes, once again, very few effects such as waving leaves, probably waving water, but I can't see that from here. Yep, I was correct. It does have that. And there's one other feature about this shader pack that I really want to show you, and it has to be nighttime in order for me to be able to show you guys that. So what I wanted to show you is colored lighting, and that is really cool. Look at these light sources, frog lights. They emit a cool light, really white light, and that matches their exact texture. And then there's shroom light, which emits a warm kind of light, as you can see on the ground right there. These gravel and dirt blocks, that is really cool. A very warm light color, which once again fits its texture. And then here's another example, but all blocks, all light sources in Minecraft have that with these Stracciatella shaders. The Soul Torch emits a kind of blue-greenish light, which exactly matches its color. And then there's one other thing that I really want to show you. Oh, we barely just missed that one. That was the shooting star. That's something, yeah, there we go. That was a very clear shooting star. That's something this shader pack also adds. I totally forgot about it until I switched it to nighttime, and then there it was again. That is just spectacular. Next up, we've got Stereo's Default Plus. I don't know what the plus stands for, but it looks cool, and it definitely runs well in Minecraft as well. You get shadows, and you still get great FPS, so that is mind-blowing. So Stereo's Default Plus shaders add really cool effects, like I mentioned just now, shadows. And they're a little confusing because usually I would think that if you up the shadow map resolution, it's going to become more demanding but also more realistic. Well, here the opposite kind of works. If you take a look at my shadow right there, it's just vague. It's not very sharp, but it works just fine. And now I've got it set to a higher resolution, which makes it look very pixelated. And with the low resolution, you wouldn't even be able to tell that. So actually, it really works to have this set to the lowest value. So apart from the beautiful shadows that work really well, it doesn't have many other features, waving water, but that's about it. There's no other waving leaves, waving grass, so no waving foliage. Apart from these shadows, like I said, there's not a lot to customize about this shader. Maybe that's a good thing because that means you also can't make it run any worse. So if it runs, it'll run. And last but not least, we've got good old Builder's QOL. Builder's QOL has been running well on low-end systems for years now. I mean, what's it been, like 10 years? If you're still watching by this time, then well, thank you. That is a lot of dedication. That really means that you are looking for some of the best low-end shaders out there currently available for Minecraft, and it may have been worth the wait because we're going to be taking a look, like I said, Builder's QOL shaders. And this is a beautiful shader pack. Oh, the sun is behind the tree right there. Let's make sure the sun appears again. It's nice and bright, very realistic. Look at those fluffy clouds, which are actually very low quality, but from a distance, you can't tell, so it doesn't really matter. Then there's the water, which is the part that I don't really like by default. So let's hop into the settings and let me show you how to fix it real quick. So once you're here, go over to blur. You would think you would have to go to water, but no, blur, then water blur, set this to 1 or 0, but I like to set it to 1 to just keep some of the blur. So there we go. We fixed it. Just set blur to 1 and yeah, water will look phenomenal. And now another really peculiar thing is that some of the things already wave by default, such as grass, but the leaves don't. So once again, I like to go into the settings, click foliage, and enable waving leaves, waving vines, and that's about it. So now if you click done, go back into the game, as you can see, everything is waving now. And so that's it. That's Builder's QOL, and it's insane how well this pack runs on low-end PCs. That's been it for this video. I hope you were able to find a shader that runs well on your premium potato. If so, then be sure to drop a like underneath this video, and also Buster down there, just leave a comment letting me know which one of these shaders runs best on your potato and how many FPS you were able to get with that shader. And then without any further ado, I will of course, as always, catch you in the next one. See ya.